Now from TV 18, Lafayette's news leader, Mike Pickett, Sarah Eisler, Steve Shear with weather, and Larry Clisby Sports. This is Lafayette Live, TV 18 News, live at 6.
Good evening. A 21-gun salute rang out through downtown Lafayette this morning in honor of veterans. Wow. 75 years ago, the Allies signed an armistice with Germany. At the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, World War I had officially ended. Today, American Legion Post 11, the Navy Club 12, Vietnam Veterans of Mid-North Indiana, the VFW, and the Marine Corps League honored the veterans of that war and others with a ceremony at the courthouse. The focus on this Veterans Day, though, is on women. Today in Washington, a statue was dedicated commemorating the contribution that women made during the Vietnam War. We have reports from Chris Moristig and Monique Conrad. First, Monique reports from Washington and tells about 3 women from Lafayette who served in the war.
The women of Vietnam gathered in Washington to remember and heal. Nearly all of them volunteered to support the troops in the 12-year war. 90% were nurses. Lafayette natives Sue Lazar and Terry O'Connor Washburn were Army nurses during the war. They came to Washington to see the statue that was made to honor their contributions.
It just represents a year in my life that I grew a lot. I experienced a lot of horror, in what we had to do, but it'll always be a very special part of my life. Seeing the statue, and all the love that we've gotten from all the veterans here, the people coming up and saying thank you, it says we made a difference.
The organizers of the Vietnam Women's Memorial say 265,000 women served their country during the Vietnam War. 11,000 of them were actually in Vietnam. And the people we spoke to today say it's about time they were recognized.
Welcome home, ladies. We love you.
The brothers of Lafayette native Mary Clinker were in Washington to watch the dedication of the statue. Their sister, a flight nurse, died in a plane crash in Vietnam. She's one of 8 women whose name appear on the wall. Her brothers agree that more needed to be done to honor the women veterans.
All people that had any contribution at all to that effort definitely needs to be recognized, regardless of who they were, what sex, what race. It doesn't make any difference.
Colonel Patricia Kowal taught Mary Clinker how to treat patients aboard an airplane in Vietnam. Today, she came to remember the woman she says was like her sister.
How do you think she'd react to the women's memorial if she knew her? She'd be so pleased. She'd be pleased. She'd probably say, it's about time. And she'd probably say thank you.
In Washington, Monique Conrad, TV 18 News.
At Central Catholic High School, students honored veterans of all wars, but they paid a special tribute to Air Force Captain Mary Clinker. Through a slideshow written by students and a description by Assistant Principal James Crusore, the participants learned about the woman who had walked the same halls and learned in the same classrooms before graduating from Central Catholic in 1965.
While at Central Catholic, she was a member of Block, Spanish Club, Pep Club, Red Cross, and CYO.
Clinker went on to graduate from the St. Elizabeth Hospital School of Nursing, then volunteered to serve in the Air Force during the Vietnam War. She died in a plane crash during a 1975 airlift of Vietnamese orphans. Principal Dave Werland presented Clinker's niece and nephew with Central Catholic's Distinguished Graduate Award.
On behalf of the Clinker family, Matthew and I would like to thank everybody involved in the program. It's been really nice, and it's been a really nice tribute to Mary.
Vietnam veterans Gary Branson and David Gill told the students Mary Clinker exemplified the inscription at Central Catholic's main entrance. They encouraged today's students to follow her life of service to God and country. Chris Morrissey, TV 18 News.
Cass County police say a man impersonating a police officer pulled over and robbed a motorist at County Road 825 West and Road 25 South between Logansport and Monticello at about 8 o'clock this morning. Police have not caught the robber, but say he is a white male, 30 to 40 years old, about 6 foot 3 inches tall, 225 pounds, with a pockmarked face, handlebar mustache, and a southern accent. He was last seen westbound on County Road 24 in a white 1992 Caprice with Indiana license plates beginning with the numbers 4 and 9.
Throughout history, Native American culture and dominant white culture have clashed. As Hillary Wakay reports, the recent archaeological find at Lake Freeman illustrates how truly irreconcilable some of those differences are.
Our biggest problem is we feel that any disturbing of any of our graves is a desecration.
Buffalo Hart lives in White County. While she can't speak for all Native Americans, she says she's concerned about the archaeological dig at Lake Freeman. She says many Native Americans believe a person's soul travels a spiritual journey after death.
The soul has some connection with that burial site, and we just don't feel that they can continue on their spiritual journey if parts of them are missing or if they're sitting in a box in some university.
A female skeleton, estimated to be more than 1,000 years old, was discovered when Lake Freeman was drained to repair Oakdale Dam. Federal law requires excavation and recovery of disturbed human remains. It's up to Site Supervisor Chris Helmkamp to make sure the remains are properly handled.
Our guidelines in the field are to not display the remains, in the sense that visitors to the site or the media or so on will be putting them on display just as we wouldn't put them on display in a museum case.
Buffalo Hart says she would like a Native American to observe the archaeologists. A NIPSCO spokesman says he's been trying to answer the concerns of at least 6 different Native American groups. He fears additional observation would slow down the dig and the refilling of Lake Freeman. The human remains are the property of the state and will be studied and stored at Purdue. Buffalo Hart says she eventually wants the remains returned to local Native Americans who want to rebury them. Hillary Wakay, TV 18 News.
Next, the story of a woman who ignored a counselor's opinion of her limits in our series, Overcoming the Odds.
And Help Watch focuses on a machine that gives infants a better chance at life by helping them breathe.
There's a place in Indiana where tomorrow comes sooner than anywhere else. A place that sees what can be instead of what is. Indiana University Medical Center. It is home to Riley Hospital for Children, the state's only comprehensive children's hospital, finding cures for the most serious childhood diseases, involving families in the care. The IU School of Medicine, teaching nearly 2/3 of Indiana's doctors. Conducting research, writing the textbooks the others will read. University Hospital and Outpatient Center, specializing in complex adult illnesses such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. First to develop and introduce new treatments. Indiana University Medical Center. You can see the future of medicine from here.
It's the JCPenney store-wide dot sale happening at the JCPenney in the Tippecanoe Mall in Lafayette. Just look for items signed or marked with the color dot and save big. Find any item marked with the yellow dot and take an extra 20% off the marked price. Find a green dot and take 30% off the marked price. Take a whopping 40% off any item in the store marked with a red dot. Look for the color dot and save big during the JCPenney store-wide dot sale happening right now at the Tippecanoe Mall.
Portions of Lafayette Live are sponsored by Marsh Supermarket and by Bryant Heating.
A counselor told her a college education was out of reach, but a Lafayette woman with a rare muscular condition has proved that expectation wrong. Kelly Murphy shows us her story of success in her series, Overcoming the Odds.
Here, John. Oh, thank you. I'll see you after a while.
Okay. Sunday Izard has never let her physical disability hold her back from bringing joy to the lives of others. She was born with a muscular condition called arthrogryposis. Her muscles don't function properly, and some are not where they should be. A counselor told her to give up on trying to go to college and find a job in a sheltered workshop.
That upset me, and I was scared about the prospect of going to college, but yet I didn't think I was that limited either.
With the support of her family and friends, she made it through Purdue University, receiving a degree in social work. She is currently looking for a job as a geriatric social worker while volunteering at the Veterans Home. Sunday says although people haven't always been encouraging about her life, she's always had strong faith in God.
I knew that it was my Lord's will for me to succeed the way I have. I know that He has faith in me always, even if other people don't.
Kelly Murphy, TV 18 News.
Tomorrow, we'll talk with a young man who overcame financial difficulty and personal tragedy to make it through college. If you know of anyone who has overcome the odds, please contact the station at 463-1800.
A new machine at Home Hospital offers a breath of life to critically ill infants. Mary Meislowick has more on it in her signature series, Health Watch.
Many premature or underdeveloped infants have trouble breathing. Most babies respond to treatment on a ventilator that breathes for them, but some have trouble because their tiny lungs are rigid and cannot easily expand. Pushing air under high pressure into rigid lungs can injure them. Without ventilator treatment, the infant would die. So neonatologist Dr. Rosario Chua says when conventional ventilation isn't working, a jet ventilator is used. The jet ventilator pushes tiny puffs of air at a very rapid rate with reduced pressure into the lung. The lungs, or in this case, balloons, are not expanded beyond their capacity.
And the flow of gases is considerably different from the conventional ventilator, where you are pushing or forcing air into the lungs at a, if you will, per minute. And with a jet ventilator, gas flows smoothly through the airways.
That smooth delivery can help speed up the recovery process.
The scarring and injury is much less, and thereby lesser time on the ventilator, lesser trauma, and possibly lesser oxygen exposure.
Chua says having the jet ventilator here lessens the need to transfer critically ill infants to Indianapolis. With Health Watch, I'm Mary Meislowick, TV 18 News.
An old play takes on a new twist in Purdue Theater's latest production, Tartuffe.
What do you think of Tartuffe, I guess?
The story and its characters are the same, but the setting is different in Purdue Theater's version of the French writer Molière's Tartuffe.
I'll say whatever you wish me to.
That's wisely said, my daughter. Say of him then that he is the very worthiest of men, and that you're fond of him and would rejoice in being his wife, if that should be my choice.
I took the play and put it in the 1920s in Chicago. The things he writes about are so universal and so timeless that I felt, why not bring it into America and bring it updated for this audience.
Doesn't it seem to you a trifle grim to give a girl like her to a man like him?
Tartuffe is written in rhyming couplets. Director Diana Moser updated some of the language and the costumes, but she says similarities between 17th century France and 1920s Chicago made it relatively simple to make the change.
It's a period between wars. It's a period of excess when looks are everything and spying on your neighbors and getting ahead.
In short, daughter, I mean to be obeyed, and you must bow to the sound choice I've made.
I wouldn't marry that man on a bet!
Tartuffe opens tonight at 8 in Purdue's Experimental Theater. It runs through November 21st.
Steve Shear looks interested. We'll be in with our weather forecast coming up next.
First, the Dow Jones Industrials lost about 1 point. The top gainer today among stocks of local interest is IBM, up 2 1/8.
Over the years, Home Hospital has built a fine reputation for helping Lafayette families grow. We introduced the area's only neonatal intensive care unit. We were first to provide birthing suites and to offer epidural anesthesia. All this stacks up to a very good reason why Home Hospital babies now number in the thousands, and why that number continues to go up and up.
Home Hospital, at the heart of healthcare.
When I go to town to buy new eyeglasses, I don't have time to waste. Where can I go for fast, dependable service?
C&B Optical One.
With 3 kids and a tight budget, where can my family get the best value in eyeglasses?
C&B Optical One.
How I look and see is important, and I want to buy my eyeglasses from someone I can trust. Where can I go to find quality eyewear and people who care?
C&B Optical One, Lafayette and Kokomo.
TV 18, WAZY in Tippecanoe Mall invites students in grades 3 through 12 to submit artwork to be part of our Heart to Heart campaign. Artwork will be judged for prizes and then auctioned off to raise money for Toys for Tots. Help us help hundreds of area children have a happier Christmas.
Remember last year? When you swore you'd shop early this year? Well, for a limited time only. It's early.
Well, it looks like we're finally going to see a change in the weather tomorrow.
Look at this. I have run out of little raindrop icons in our forecast, our extended forecast.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, we're going to turn things around. We're going to stay warm, however. So we've had pretty warm, dry weather this week. It looks like this weekend, warm but wet. So a bit of a change as far as humidity levels, moisture levels go here in Indiana. Special treat tonight. We take you out to, not outside actually, but out beyond the realm of the studio here to show you the Lafayette Children's Choir. And a nice picture there. Unfortunately, we have to put some numbers in front of that, but just look through the numbers as I read them to you. We started things off at 28 degrees, so another chilly start this morning, and we warmed up to 60. As far as what we have right now, 55, with a relative humidity, 68%. The wind is from the southwest at 16, and the barometer steady, 29.97. Temperatures around the viewing area are in the 50s, with 57 in Frankfort and 56 in Crawfordsville. Thin veil of clouds kept out, well, not a lot of sunshine, but we did not see as much sunshine today as we have the past couple of days. But we certainly warmed up enough into the 60-degree mark, something we haven't experienced in a while. Within those clouds, things are pretty dry. Some moisture off the screen here to the west, which will be in here, I think, by tomorrow afternoon. Better chances going to be tomorrow night and then throughout the weekend. But we will stay on the warm side with temperatures in the 50s once again for tomorrow. But here's the warm front. This is a very warm and moist sector of the storm system, and it's going to be a slow mover, this storm system. So we have a branch of it try to move through during the day on Saturday, and then another area will expand into Indiana for the day Sunday. And it looks like this rain will stick around on in toward Monday. So that's a look at the weekend outlook. As far as what we have for the rest of tonight, we stay dry, some clouds around. Clouds will keep things mild. A low of only 38 tonight, with some afternoon and better chance for nighttime showers tomorrow, with a high during the day of 55. Will only drop into the 40s then tomorrow night. 60 still in the forecast for Saturday, but there's what I'm talking about. With the raindrops, a chance for rain all the way into Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Okay, sports is next with Larry Clisby.
Well, I think there's a dispute in the state what may be the biggest football game Saturday. We'll be back to talk about it in just a moment.
This is our second big week of anniversary savings here at Payless. We're looking back over 33 years of savings, and we'd like to say thank you, Lafayette, for making it possible. Stop in for cake and take advantage of great anniversary savings. Look in our weekly ad for details of the second big week of our anniversary celebration at Payless. Remember, we accept Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Card.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
The baddest trucks on or off the road are priced to move. Get a 94 Ford Ranger and save $1,800. Or buy a Ranger Super Cab and get a 4-liter engine at no extra cost. Baddest trucks, biggest deals. Ford Truck Month at your Indiana Ford dealer now.
Bad to the bone.
save on brand names at Service Merchandise. I mean, the famous names, the big names. Henry, if your name was Henry Orthopic or Anonymouses, it wouldn't be as big as the names at Service Merchandise.
Baby Giggles and Go from Tyco, the adorable doll who never stops moving. She's got a little walker and she knows how to use it. Baby Giggles and Go, on sale for just $29.97 at Service Merchandise. Call for the store nearest you.
Think we'll get the H.H. Gregg job, Grandpa?
Why not? You look like early birds.
You want to go?
Not dressed like that.
Does Grandma know about your poker game?
Well, I bet she does know about H.H. Gregg's Early Bird Specials, where you can buy a popular Zenith VCR for only $177, plus get a free gift, too.
Do the twins have something on you?
Why do you ask?
Shop H.H. Gregg. Get an early start on the holidays with great savings and free gifts.
Portions of Lafayette Live are sponsored by Home Hospital.
Good evening, everyone. The oldest small college football rivalry, west of the Alleghenies, renews for the 100th time this weekend. DePauw hosts Wabash with the Monon Bell Trophy on the line, and Mike Bridges has a preview.
Forget about that big Florida State-Notre Dame matchup this weekend. The biggest college football game will be in Greencastle, Indiana. DePauw and Wabash will fight for the 100th Monon Bell Trophy. They're calling it the game of the century.
Each year, the Wabash-DePauw game takes on extreme significance in terms of the outcome of your football season, and this year it's compounded by the fact that it's the 100th game with the records tied, and so there's a lot more attention, a lot more distractions associated with this year's football game.
In fact, the series is tied at 45, 45, and 9 after last year's 17-all tie. Wabash is 4-4, while DePauw is 2-7. But with the history of this series, you can throw out the records.
It's a game where you throw out all records, you throw out all past histories, you know. It's just two teams going at it, head-to-head, and nothing else really matters in the past.
Oklahoma, Nebraska rivalries, and, you know, I'm Division I, those are special, but, I mean, this is, for Division III, I think this is probably the biggest rivalry you're going to find.
The Little Giants appear to have the advantage, averaging nearly 450 total yards and 29 points a game. A win over the Tigers will keep the bell in Crawfordsville and give the Little Giants a successful end to their season.
We got a good group of kids. They've worked hard all year. They have really been struggling defensively, and we've kind of pieced it together. And I think, you know, versus DePauw, if our defense plays well, we feel confident we can win the football game.
In Crawfordsville, Mike Bridges, TV 18 Sports.
Well, it's not been a banner season for Purdue safety Pat Johnson. The senior defensive back has been plagued by injury problems, as most of you know, and his loss has hurt the Boilermaker defenders. But Pat will be in the lineup against Michigan State over the weekend. Now, not only will it be his last game at home, but his mother will be in the stands. Some that may not be a big deal, but to Pat it is. She has never seen her son play at any level, and he hopes she doesn't do to him what she did to an older brother years ago.
In high school, she came to my brother's game, and he got his ankle hurt on a play, and then he came off the sideline, and she was hysterical. He went back out in the game, and she didn't like that for him, went back in the game. So she went out on the field and grabbed my brother and took him off the field. They was in a huddle. Took him off the field, walked him over to a high school locker room, made him change, and took him home.
Play with such reckless abandon. I mean, Nick, if you break your ankle or something in the second quarter, she'll never talk to you again.
Well, I'm going to try to hide it, you know. So I don't want her to pull me off the field, take me to the locker room like she did my older brother, but I'll try to hide it. I'm going to take well care of my body because there's got to be a precaution because you know she's up in the stands, you know, and she don't want to see you hurt. And this is the first game, and I really don't want to get hurt because this is her first game ever seen me play, so roll them dice and let it go.
Come on, Pat, you'll probably get hurt. You hit so hard, you're bound to get hurt.
I bet his mother and Jeff George's mother are great friends. I'll be right back.
I can show you the world.
Walt Disney's World on
on Ice presents Aladdin live at Market Square Arena November 30th through December 5th. Marsh invites you to save $4 on tickets to Family Night Tuesday, November 30th at 7:30 with coupons available at Marsh. Tickets are on sale at the box office and all Ticketmaster outlets, or call 239-5151 to charge by phone. Join the fun and savings with Marsh on Family Night as Walt Disney's World on Ice presents Aladdin. It's a whole new world on ice.
If you need heating, call Bryant to the rescue. Right now, buy a Bryant high-efficiency furnace and get a free 5-year factory-backed parts and labor warranty. So call Tour Shots Heating and Air Conditioning at 447-1137 today.
Come on, Bryant, and rescue me, rescue me.
Pool City Home & Hearth is cutting prices to the bare minimum on all our Great Lakes spas. For example, we'll deliver this spacious Michigan Classic with cover and chemicals for just $39.99. Or choose the 4-person Sunlighter hot tub, our most popular model, just $29.99 delivered. So come on out and check us out at Pool City Home & Hearth, State Road 38 East, where your complete satisfaction is my personal guarantee.
Pontiac Pack excitement is Brand M. Sleek, powerful, and just $199 a month for 3 years. That's smart drive, including ABS, airbag, good stuff, plus the Pontiac Cares program with 24-hour roadside assistance, a 3-year limited warranty, no deductible, and courtesy transportation. Run with the pack, only at your Central Indiana Pontiac Pack.
Greater Lafayette United Way is celebrating another successful campaign.
And Joel Allen has a live report from the victory celebration at Indiana Gas Company.
Mike and Sarah, they are announcing it as we speak. Rolling out the
$780, or 1.3% of our goal.
If you didn't hear that, $3,330,780. That is 103% of the goal, about $84,000 more than what they achieved last year. This is the 18th straight year that the United Way campaign has gone over its goal, if I can step in front here. And the chairman this year was Dick Holtz, the publisher of the Journal and Courier. All the money go to 27 member agencies around the greater Lafayette area, and I can tell you from personal experience as being a member of the Volunteer Bureau, we need that money, and so all those agencies will be benefiting. 103% of the goal, $3,330,780. Next year's chairman will be Eric Meister of GTE North. Mike and Sarah?
So, Joel, we just found this out, how they've been building up toward this. Did they anticipate going over?
Has been fulfilled.
Did they? Yes. This is the 18th straight year. They've kept going all the way through. They had a reporting meeting a couple of weeks ago that was not as good as what they would have hoped, but they did get over the goal 103%. Joel Allen reporting live from Indiana Gas.
I remember not all that long ago they had their first $1 million goal, and now they got $3 million. Congratulations to them.
Very impressive. That's our report for now. Thanks for joining us.
So long.